Whenever someone creates something with all of their heart, then that creation is given a soul. Hayao Miyazaki. As the years pass and new animated shows and films are launched in massive numbers, Miyazaki's films remain a standout in classic, conventional, and modern animation. It is cinema that is easily identifiable from the sea of animated picture that we see today. His films have served as an inspiration to dozens of directors and have become the gold standard by which other animated features are judged. This is Miyazaki, the creator of animation, the anime author. Suggested by François Truffaut and several French film critics in the general cahier du cinéma. The author-director is a specific kind of directors, one who has such a strong style that you know his or her film without seeing their name on it. Miyazaki authors his films. Miyazaki's fingerprints are on every film he makes. Hayao Miyazaki's films have recurrent themes that identify them as his. He has a formula that he sticks to and beliefs that he repeats. These features differentiate his work from other conventional anime films. Miyazaki has a distinct storytelling style that makes his film unique. Pacifism and environmentalism are the most recurrent themes present in Miyazaki's work as an author-director. His own wartime experiences as a youngster and his love of nature has recreated a vivid imagination to illustrate Earth's relationship with the humanity clearly. How does Miyazaki express his pacifism and environmental ideas through his films?
Through his works, Miyazaki frequently highlights the mankind's interactions with nature, focusing on the preservation and restoration of the natural environment, illustrating how human and nature have different needs, but humans must learn to live in harmony with nature.
でもそういう風景を見ながらもう子供たちは育ち僕らも慣れてしまっている。でもそれをどうしたらいいのかということは映画の中で答えるのではなくて実際の生活の中でやっていかなければいけないことだと思っています。
Miyazaki constantly reminds us of the Earth's fragility and our role in either saving or destroying it. We can see this concept clearly in one of his movies, Princess Mononoke. The movie tells the narrative of a girl raised by wolves who is fighting humanity and their desire to destroy the enchanted forest in order to build new towns and extend their rule over the country, which is filled with magic and spirits. We can see how industrialization destroys spirits and transforms them into monsters. Anything that comes into contact with a human becomes ugly. Throughout his movies, Miyazaki intends to convey the message to his audience about how modern technology and ambitions can harm the true beauty and magic in life. Miyazaki further shows his environmentalist idea through the awe-inspiring paradise of Laputa Castle in the Sky, where it brings a message that humans are part of nature, not apart from it. The narratives and characters in his films challenge the post-industrial dualistic thinking which divides nature from culture, further opposing the human-centric ethics by reminding the viewers that they are simply a little part of a bigger ecosystem. We are left in no doubt that Miyazaki's love for nature is strongly influenced by Shinto, a traditional Japanese religion which holds a deep respect for nature. Movies like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind are full of imagery and ideas often associated with Shinto, where it views gods and spirits known as kami exist in everything, therefore emphasizing the importance of living in harmony with nature. How Shinto relates to environmentalism and Miyazaki? A historian, Lynn White, said that religion plays a significant part in shaping a culture's treatment of the environment. Because everything has a spiritual component, Shinto is a non-anthropocentric religion. Humans are not in the center of the universe. And for Miyazaki, that means his movies deal with a lot of peace and love between human and nature, whereby in Princess Mononoke, Ashitaka says,
"What I want is for the humans in the forest to live in peace!"
or where the protagonist from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind tries to make peace with some terrifying bugs.
Please forgive us for disturbing your nest. We're very sorry. We are not your enemies. We mean you no harm.
In Shinto, spirits are not something to fear, but rather a part of everyday life. This casual acceptance of spirits' place in the world and the respect they deserve are captured in small moments throughout the movies. When Satsuki gives thanks to a local shrine for offering her shelter from the rain, or when the Kasugabe family pays respects to the Yorishiro, which is the god of the forest where Totoro lives.
Thank you for watching over May and making us feel so welcome here. Please continue to look after us.
Miyazaki is obsessively detailed on how to express his own unique and personal viewpoint of nature. He put much focus on the pastoral grace of rolling views, the peaceful serenity of most cover trees, or the precise ripple of a passing wave. In My Neighbor Totoro, two children seek shelter in the nearby forest of their new house and encounter a magical spirit. It's a fantastic illustration of how nature is portrayed as a place of wonder and magic in Miyazaki's movies. His ideas and perspectives are mostly derived from his own daily life. He taped a camera to the inside of his car just to review his daily commute because to him,
本当に直接関係あるもんだけでやってたら仕事にならないんですよ。僕の仕事の元ってほとんど仕事に関係ないことなんかできてる。
Miyazaki cautions against violence and aggression, always emphasizing the suffering and destruction it can cause. Before Studio Ghibli was even founded, one of Miyazaki's earliest films, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, was unmistakably a film with strong pacifist undertones. Nausicaa tries hard to defuse the tension between the warring sides, and the giant walrus, which serves as the spark of war in the film, functions as the living personification of destruction caused by nuclear war. In Porco Rosso, in an extremely emotional moment where Porco's aircraft floats up above the clouds, he sees a Milky Way-like band across the sky and realizes that his dead comrades are floating up to join the band, which is made up of countless of aircrafts and pilots who have perished from the war.
Don't go, Belrini! What are you going to do about Gina? I'll go instead!
But Porco isn't dead, and thus he came back to the world of the living, his survivor's guilt somehow transforming him into a pig humanoid. Miyazaki grew up in a war-torn Japan, where his family owned an aircraft parts manufacturing factory that served Japan's Air Force during World War II. His childhood has left a permanent impression on him, cultivating a deep appreciation for flying, but at the same time made him decisively anti-war. When his film Spirited Away won the Best Animated Feature Award at the 75th Annual Academy Awards, he refused to attend the ceremony due to USA participation in the Iraq War.
The Academy congratulates Hayao Miyazaki and accepts this on his behalf. Thank you so much.
In Princess Mononoke, Ashitaka only hopes for peace even though he lives in a warmongering land, where the common people have to face the consequences of war. Same goes to The Wind Rises, which was one of Miyazaki's most controversial works to date. Like Miyazaki himself, Jiro Horikoshi, the protagonist of The Wind Rises, is mesmerized by the beauty of aerospace engineering. However, due to the times that he lives in, has to design aircrafts for the purpose of war. Jiro wishes for a world where aircrafts were made simply for their beauty instead of having to be war machines.
矛盾の中で生きた人なんですよ、やっぱり宮崎駿っていう人は。要するに自分の好きなものが引き裂かれてるんですよ。一方で戦争の兵器でしょ。で一方で戦争反対でしょ。そうなんで自分みたいな人間ができたんだろうっていうのをね。
Although his characters always have to engage in combat or violence, peace is always advocated as the preferable option. They choose the harder and self-sacrificial path for the greater good. Miyazaki also subverts the traditional good versus evil narrative, whether in films or war, and questioning the logic behind them by humanizing his villains. Lady Eboshi in Princess Mononoke seeks to destroy the nature, yet she is cared for and respected by her townspeople. Yubaba in Spirited Away is a loving mother. The villains in his films often operate in a morally grey area, with complex and multi-layered backstories that we as audience would sympathize for. Miyazaki's compassionate and non-violence philosophy to life again demonstrates how to see the world through a non-judgmental and unbiased lens.
Miyazaki's films' techniques influence people's awareness of protecting the earth and the human race together peacefully in harmony with nature. After many generations, his masterpieces will still hold that power. His belief in environmentalism and pacifism will continue to be delivered through the every films he has made for an enthusiastic audience. Miyazaki films are distinctive to him because they reflect him. Miyazaki's emphasis on storytelling has given his creativity full play. He concentrates on producing exquisite scenes rather than a well-coordinated storyline and well-defined characters. Because he is not attempting to tell audience how to feel, the viewer has much flexibility to express themselves in whichever way they want, which can be subtle and complex. Miyazaki's Studio Ghibli films have a refinement from generating perfect images rather than expressing big emotions. Through his camera lens, we see his passion for the harmony of humans and nature. His handcrafted animation demonstrates his dedication. There is a passion and character in Miyazaki's tales, as well as chaos in his gorgeous art. Miyazaki's films are the ideal family-friendly animation that continues to astonish both youngsters and adults because he wants it to be that way. We can't wait to see what he does next.